chit chat. Grab your popcorn, sit tight, we're ready to roll. In the heart of Sacktown, we're feeding your soul. In the King's Court, the vibe's electric. If you don't like that, we're here to correct it. With the best in the game, we're raising the bar. From the hardwood to the airways, we're the King's shining star. With the NFL, Adams in the ring. Rhino's got the wisdom, hear the praises we sing. Court in session, it's a royal affair. With the fans all around, feel the passion in the air. In the King's Court, the vibe's electric. If you don't like that, we're here to correct it. With the best in the game, we're raising the bar. From the hardwood to the airways, we're the King's shining star.
Hello,
and for one more time on the live show, we welcome you to Friday. How's it going, everybody? Ryan in Sacktown with you. This is it. The time is now. This is the last live show on YouTube and X. Last regular live show for the King's Court. And as all things come, go, you hope to take a step up, you keep moving forward, but it's a day to celebrate all of you, celebrate this community, because this isn't a dead community. Like, you all are the OGs. This is where it starts. Now we just kind of transfer lanes a little bit. We're going over to the podcast lane. We'll still have a live show once a week on here. We'll do one, and then every day you will get a podcast. So we'll go through that. But today
we salute you.
We salute all of you. I'll be sharing some, I'm not going to make it too heavy. Certainly have a few things to say, but I want to have fun. Anything y'all want to talk about, we will talk about. Only show going on the channel today. And if you didn't notice, I put as many of you as I could. I didn't do a randomizer, but I wanted to salute as many of you as I could fit into the logo. So hopefully you see your name there. As I mentioned, King's Court goes nowhere. That's on Apple right now. If you just go type in the King's Court, it's under top results. It's the second podcast under the King's Court. So if you're an Apple user, make sure you're subscribed there. Now, the audio, and I know this show is going to be different, and many of you that subscribe to the King's Court on the audio side, you know what you get during the season. I'll talk about the differences in the show as the show goes along, but the difference is you guys, we're not going back and forth. You know, this is usually the quickest 2 hours of my day. And you know why that is? It's because you are having conversations, you're asking questions, you're engaged, you are involved. Time flies when you're doing a show like that. I could sit in the chair for 3-4 hours for as long as questions are coming, and that's because of all of you. So as we move more towards the podcast form of the show, it's going to be hard hitting. It's going to be really basketball focused, and we're going to kind of grow the channel out as well. Adam and I will talk about that on the back end, but it's going to be basketball focused. But instead of, just my general thoughts, you're going to have inside stuff. We're going to have exclusive interviews with members of the Kings. You're going to have audio from practice because I will be there now. So it's kind of going to be the place to get your Kings news as well, like straight from the horse's mouth, and get my observations from what I saw, the stuff that won't show up on TV and whatnot. So, and all of that is going to be intertwined with Fox Sports as well. So if you're Apple, that's what it looks like. The King's Court with Rhino. Spotify, you can find it too as well right here. Just go there, Spotify, King's Court with Rhino. I'll keep plugging this as the day goes along. One of a fan favorite around here, King's Court favorite, around here is a question of the day. So my question of the day is actually it's going to be kind of a King of the Hill contest that involves the question of the day. Can you find me, in your opinion, a better commercial than this?
Real men of genius.
Real men of genius.
The Real Men of Genius commercial catalog, I think they turned it into a CD. It is the best commercial series ever. And yes, I am considering Terry Tate, office linebacker. I am considering many of the ones that some of you are going to come up with, but you've got to move that off the top of the hill. I have it atop the hill. I mean, Terry Tate's a close second in my book. So let me know. Question of the day. What's the best commercial of all time, in your opinion? If you want to talk Kings, we can talk some Kings as well. We were very heavy on the Kings yesterday, Malik Monk. So we'll get into that. I've got thoughts on Thursday night football last night. Anybody else find it a little creepy how much Amazon was focusing in, like those tight close-ups that Brent Musburger got in trouble for commenting on? But they were just zooming in on Jackson Dart all night. Oh, this guy's going to take over New York City. Can you imagine if Jackson Dart gave out his phone number? Look, I get it. He's got the look. He appears to have the moxie and the play to back it up in the biggest market in New York, or the biggest market in America, excuse me. Of course, the biggest market in New York, New York. I guess that's fitting because it's New York, New York. Anyways, I digress. I found that a little weird, and also just as dreadful as those close-ups, Al Michaels. What is this guy doing in a booth still? He's coming back for another season. His commentary last night, I put a tweet out. I forget exactly what it was, but it's basically, what did I say about Al Michaels? I do want to go to that really quick. Here we go. It just got to a point because they're like, oh, yeah, there's 9 minutes left in the game and there's no chance of overtime. It's the best rule change that's ever happened in the NFL. Like, Al just doesn't want to be there. It's only preseason, and Al Michaels already sounds like he's serving a life sentence at the office. That's what I put out on the X. It's so bizarre to me why he is still calling games and sounding absolutely miserable to do it. This was their dress walkthrough. This is their only preseason game, I believe, on Thursday Night Football. So we can hit that. Herb, I've still got you in the back of my mind. I might have to hit you on the way out the door. And Adam will be stopping by at the end of the show to talk about what's next for wrestling content. Is it going to be a new podcast? Is there going to be a podcast at all? Is it going to be on the King's Court station? You'll have to wait and find out. And as always, the show's about you. If you want to call in, if there's anything that you want to talk about, you just want to say hi, you want to drop in, love to have you today. The links are in the chat. You can scan the QR code. Baki and Tadora, the first ones in. What's up? How you guys doing? Thank you for being here on the last daily King's Court. It's crazy. It's cool, but it's crazy. Adam, what's up, man? Tristan, what's up, dude? Haunted Horse, last show. Indeed. Yeah, I actually have some thoughts about Haunted Horse that will be part of my comments later. So you might want to tune in for those. Are you here just to troll your friend? That's kind of what we do. That's exactly what we do. What am I going to do after that? This, Adam, you can't. I don't think you can apply for unemployment. I don't, or at least I'm going to try to decline your claim if that were to happen. Trolling down the river, Dennis, as always, happy to see you, buddy.
Hey, champ, you there?
Yes. Peter, okay, you're talking to Dennis, and that's what I freaking love. I love that y'all show up to see each other. Mac, dude, glad you can make it. Thanks for being here, dude. The light beer commercials, I considered them. Are you talking about the man rule one, like where it was like Triple H and everybody else standing around? Yeah. Okay. We're gonna get to some more of your comments in a second, but oh boy, I am excited. Looking at who is already on hold. Let's let Kazzy kick it off. What's up, Kaz?
As far as commercial, I have two things. The commercials first. As far as the commercials, I think my favorite commercial is probably like the Celtics commercial when they have like KG, Ray Allen and Paul Pierce, the Sports Center one.
Oh, the Sports Center ones. That is a very good argument. That's a strong argument.
And then
There's some good ones.
And then the classic 2000s, like where amazing happens, and they would have the upcoming star or whatever.
Yeah, that is good. The other ones that I considered. Do you remember the Southwest Airlines commercials where
Southwest Airlines?
Yes, where it was like it's football season. Like some guy was like walking in the terminal and he dropped his keys, and some lady comes up and gets under center. She's like, "Blue 32," and then it just goes, "It's football season."
I would have to look that up because is that a football commercial?
I mean, kind of. I mean,
because the thing is, I don't watch football like I watch basketball.
Got it. Okay, fair enough.
But as far as this other thing, I just thought I'd just mention this for the hell of it.
Yeah.
As far as like Vivek, because he's definitely a strange guy of how he runs his team. I think anyone can say we probably have the worst owner in the league. And
I would say he's in the top 3.
Yeah, right there with Dolan. So for context, my uncle, who's been a Kings fan like all his life, ever since about like 2017 or so, he's been kind of looking at Vivek more closely. And he's a licensed psychologist. And for context, I also have a BA in psychology.
Okay.
And so I don't feel like obligated to go into details because I don't have like the, licensure, so I don't want to feel like I'm having to over-explain. But he believes that as far as when it comes to the job and Vivek as an owner, we have a narcissist as our owner.
How do
if everyone's like wondering like why he does certain things, that's just his opinion. Obviously, he he's never met the guy, but that's just what he believes.
Interesting. I have heard the term. I have a loose understanding of it, but I would think that's not all that uncommon when you own a professional sports team. Would you call Jerry Jones the same thing? Would you call like some of those other owners that are just kind of out there in that same category?
I mean, I see what you're saying. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just like something about being an owner, something like, with that role. And maybe because like he was saying, like, don't think that he is, but like, because in his personal life, outside of being an owner in his sports, he could very well be a normal guy. But it's just that he just found like some of his tendencies of what he does as far as like how he runs a team and the moves he makes can't come off as narcissistic.
Okay. Good stuff. All right, man. Well, I appreciate you. Thanks for taking the time to call today, Kaz.
Yeah.
Appreciate all the time you tuned in and called. Yeah.
Last thing, I wish you the best with your role at Fox Sports, and I think this is going to be a great opportunity for you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you very much. Means a lot. Thank you. Good job by Kaz. Adam, that was a very close Mount Rushmore consideration. Or is it Peter that put it? No, Adam put it. MJ and Bird McDonald's commercial. That was a good one. That was a really, really good one. Yeah. Dennis, I don't know how to get away from that, quite frankly. So if you were with us yesterday, I said there was one thing only that I wanted today. And somehow I think it's going to come true. And if you were with us yesterday as well, we were running down, what's up, Matt? We were running down some of the funnier, more memorable moments throughout the week or throughout this show as a Monday through Friday show. And we played this.
Part of the deal.
Wow.
The major sports said, wow, what a beautiful slice. It's bigger than what we were getting before. We'll do it.
Hell
and
yeah.
they pulled it. So all of the licensing will move to Fanatics and Tops in the next 2 years, and Panini's going to be on the outside looking in. So
very
kind of
interesting.
Lame duck.
Very interesting. We bring in, well, this is Corn Dog to us. Corn Dog, wake up, my man. Thought you had a question.
Whoa, he was sleeping.
You were sleeping? What are we doing?
Man, I'm out of it, man. Last night was
Wake up! Such a classic moment. Such a classic moment. And so I ask, he is here. I am so excited. I have not talked to him forever. The man, the legend, Corn Dog. What's up, dude?
Oh, I'm back from my summer break.
I'm glad you're alive, man. We were worried about you for a second.
Yeah, I joined Grant the other night. That was kind of my first return.
I heard Grant was thrilled.
Yeah.
And you guys had a really good conversation about college football, because that's your thing. I thought maybe you got a job scouting women's college volleyball. Like I just didn't know what was going on. Maybe Sac State brought you on. So it's good to see you, man. You've been such an important part of the show. You'd call like every single day, and you know your stuff, and you're funny. How you got your nickname is like the best thing ever too. Too much to lament on.
Yeah, I know. I heard you guys were getting that new big show on Fox Sports Radio. Extremely happy for you guys. Gonna be listening in there.
Appreciate it. I hope you're going to be calling in too.
Yeah, I will be calling in too.
Okay, cool. All right. So who is going to be the national champion this year in football?
Hold on. Give me a second. There's someone at my door.
Yeah, go ahead. This is great. We'll wait for Corn Dog. Listen, how fitting is it? So for those that don't know how Corn Dog became Corn Dog, he put his name in as Con Dog on a show with Grant and I. And Grant said, Corn Dog, how you doing tonight? And so because of that, I followed Grant up with one of these. And Grant kind of gives me, I got that side eye that you probably wouldn't notice, but I noticed. And so from that point forward, I kept calling him Corn Dog. He's putting Corn Dog in his name, and Grant won't call him Corn Dog. He still says Con Dog, and I don't even know that Grant knows at this point that he glossed him that. So anyways.
Wow.
So yeah, college football, brother. What do you think?
Well, it's going to be a wondrous season. We got a lot of teams vying for a top spot. Ohio State, Texas, Georgia, Oregon, Penn State, Notre Dame, LSU, Clemson. It's a wide open one. There's no front runner this season.
So somebody was having a conversation yesterday, and I know all attention is on Arch Manning. I know that Archie Manning Sr. Said that Arch is going to stay in school basically for 4 years. Do you think he comes out after 3 or he stays 4?
That's a very good. It depends how well you can improve your draft stock. In my opinion, if he comes out this year, balls out, and he's already guaranteed top 5 first quarterback off the board, there's no reason to stay.
For sure. Even though Eli, Peyton, I think they both stayed. It seems like it's a family thing. I think Archie stayed as well. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. It also depends on the situation, because if there's a team they want him to go to that's going to be in the top echelon of the picks, then they'll probably, because that's how the Manning family is. That's why Eli didn't go to the Chargers.
That's a great point. That is such a great point. Such a great point. Everything going good with your work and all that?
Yeah. So I haven't been on also as much just because I've had a different schedule change.
Oh, okay, cool. I was looking to track you down during the Stockton Kings playoff run. I was gonna take you to a game. I just couldn't find you.
Yeah, I had a different schedule change. I was all over the map.
I almost went Costco to Costco to Costco, man.
Looking for a corn dog.
Put you in the cart and check out.
Imagine,
So-
hey, you go to Costco. Hey, can I find the corn dog?
Yeah, where is Corn Dog? I told you I saw you though on the TV at the Elk Grove Costco. They had pictures of the basketball tournament
Yeah,
that you guys won.
yeah. I'm
Yeah.
surprised they even put it up there because we never even played an Elk Grove team.
Yeah, they put it up. I'm like,
That-
hey,
that-
I
yeah.
know him.
I mean, I'd be down to play an Elk Grove team.
Well, I don't know. Maybe Costco Elk Grove
Yeah,
needs to
how's
get their
it set
stuff
up
together.
where you guys can use our pictures but not play us. Like the most we do a softball game too. We do a softball tournament too. Like we play like the Lodi store, Tracy store, the Depot. Like
Hey, Corn Dog. I know somebody that used to be an attorney. Maybe you should file a lawsuit for NIL against Costco.
yeah, I don't think there's anything in the handbook against it. I need my NIL deal.
There you go, dude. Hey, don't be a stranger. Please call into the show to talk college football, talk whatever you want. You will be on the fast line to get on the air. No doubt about
Fast
that.
line? Oh,
We'll get you on the fast line.
you gave me a Disneyland perk, huh?
Yep. We're going to give you a fast pass. You are one of those dudes. So thanks for making the time to call today. Really does mean a lot, brother.
Ooh, someone noticed my orange GameCube in the back.
Oh, anything new in the room that we need to know about?
Let's see. Yeah, there's the orange GameCube. That is also so. Those both are Japanese exclusives. The orange Pikachu N64 and the orange GameCube.
How do you get those?
eBay.
eBay? Yeah.
Yeah, but they are fitted for American games.
Ah, interesting.
The
Gaming
N64 is actually a really easy swap because there's just a little thing on the cartridges that just the sizing. You just switch the sizing and it'll take the American games instead. The region lock for the GameCube, I think, comes down to the motherboard, but that got changed.
Got it. What's the hardest or most expensive console to get your hands on?
That's kind of up for debate because a lot of things come down to like, is it like brand new in the box? Open box. There's a lot of things that have different values. Exclusive editions, like I'd have to read up on like every single exclusive edition because there was a lot of consoles back in the day that had like Xbox 360 is a good example. There's my Gears of War one right here, my Gears of War 3, but there's also like there's the Halo one, the Call of Duty one, yeah, bunch of different. Where the PlayStation had the Star Wars one, they had the anniversary one, the Millennium Edition. I'd have to look up each single one, but I know with box will increase your value, and never open will increase your value even.
Yeah. I saw on, I think it was Pawn Stars, somebody came in with one of the first released editions of Mario Brothers, and it was still sealed in the packaging, and there was something about the packaging that was different for that first release, so they wanted $1 million, and it was fair, according to the expert.
So that's probably because there was probably an update added to future releases.
All right.
So original release do get more. With GameCube games, there's usually this one's very easy. Same thing with N64 is when Nintendo started Player's Choice. There would be the original version, and then if the game sold 1 million copies, they would do a little relaunch, and they call it Player's Choice.
Gotcha. Andrew, yeah, I am always so incredibly interested in Corn Dog's bedroom. It's like if I was a bachelor just chilling and into gaming, that is mine.
Yeah,
sure.
I'm still a little messy. I'm still trying. I do got a skateboard in here I've yet to open.
Good stuff, man. Well, hey, thanks for dropping in. I appreciate it. Don't be a stranger. Okay.
I will not be a stranger. I will
All
be
right.
a corn dog.
Be a corn dog. There you go, brother. The one, the only corn dog signing off legend on this show. Straight up legend. Legend, legend, legend. I should say, corn dog to the man around here when it comes to calling as of late. Mac, what's up, brother?
How are you?
Doing great. Doing great.
On commercials, Harry Carey doing WGN or any beer commercial, because it's Harry Carey and he's intoxicated and has that Don Rickles humor. You can't, come on. Like, those are the best commercials ever. I'm sorry.
I don't remember them, but I kind of remember. You know why I remember Harry Carey? Because for whatever reason,
Will Ferrell?
Well, Will Ferrell, but
Yeah.
for whatever reason, every cable package back in like the 90s came with WGN. And so you'd have like the Cubs baseball on almost
Right.
like it felt like every single day.
Right.
So I was too young to understand how great Harry Carey was and who I was listening to, but it was so distinctively different. Harry Carey, you know?
Yeah. Now go on YouTube, because I ended up doing that because he too is a little old for me. But if you go on YouTube and you watch his commercials, it's like, he's already done a game because he would drink during the game, obviously. And he's just saying some of the most outrageous, inappropriate things, and it's on a commercial. So it's just something you got to check out.
All right, I will check it out. I will check it out.
One thing, may I make a plug for myself real quick?
Sure. Yeah, go for it.
So you were talking college football. I have a Notre Dame pregame on YouTube and Twitter that I do. So I just wanted, if anybody cares, I have a Notre Dame pregame show that I'm starting.
Okay, great. Well, where can they find it?
On Twitter.
Yeah, but what's your handle? What time are you
Sorry.
going to be doing it?
So this is the first year I'm doing it. It's going to be like a barbecue type and pregame show. So it's like, what are you tailgating for the game?
Mm-hmm.
My name is Mac_8806. So it's the first year I've done it, and it's just call in about the game and what are you barbecuing, and that's really all it is.
Okay, you going to be on video?
I'm gonna try to figure that one out because I go on a podcast with the Dose Leprechaun Media, which is a Notre Dame podcast, and so they're gonna kind of help me out with it.
Wow, that's awesome. Good stuff.
And the only reason I'm doing it is, I've got a bad shoulder, so I can't play sports anymore. So what do I like to do? I like to talk sports and watch sports. So it's just a hobby that I'm doing, and so it's nothing. It's nothing. I'm not trying to. It's not my profession like you and Grant or whatever. So I'm not trying to compete with you guys at all.
Yeah, I kind of said the same thing. Just saying.
So,
anyways, no, that's awesome, brother. If there's anything we can do to help, let us know. Okay.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you. Also, I wanted to give the 49ers props if they're not finished. I really like the trade for a 6th-round pick for Robinson Jr. You got a guy who is just under 1,000 yards last year, had 8 touchdowns, and he gets tough yards. He also had 20 catches out of 25 attempts. That was a really good trade, and he's going to be good to help. I don't know if you know this, in the fourth quarter, the Niners blew 7 fourth quarter leads last year. Imagine if you had a hard runner like Robinson to help you end the game and run out the clock. And it's going to take some miles off of McCaffrey. So I really liked that trade. I get the Sky trade, but what I don't get about that, what's his name from Kansas City? Sky, what's his name? Do you know who I'm talking about?
Nope.
So the Niners they pick swapped for a guy who was a second rounder at wide receiver. And the Niners like him because he's a return guy, and of course they're light in receiver, and he's a receiver. But this means that they're going to cut the kid from Montana, and I'm like, well, why did you waste a pick on a guy who was supposed to be return guy only? And so, like, I'm kind of upset about that. A little upset. I don't get it. But I still think that this team needs some type of offensive line, some type of offensive lineman, and I'm glad to hear that they're in the trade market for that. And they need, if they could get another offensive lineman and another receiver, like maybe Amari Cooper, who's still there, I do think this team might be able to contend. What are your thoughts?
I don't know, man. I wonder if this team's going to be able to stay healthy. It feels like you've got some of your most important players on the offensive side of the ball that might be held together with duct tape. And it looks good right now. In the preseason, I worry about Trent Williams staying healthy. Brandon Ayuk, how's he going to be when he comes back week 8? Pearsall, the injury issues there that he's had besides the gunshot off the field. I think everything needs to break the right way. Now, the big question, and I think the biggest asset that the Niners have is the defense. And the question becomes, can Robert Saleh, get back to what Robert Saleh was doing a few years ago before he took the Jets job? And 2, can they stay healthy? I mean, I think you need that offense just to do enough. And I think that's what's going to be kind of different for Niners fans. I think Niners fans are expecting this explosive offense. And if the Niners have success, I think it's going to be a very similar style to the way that Seattle had success during their time at the top of the division.
So I 100% agree with you, but I felt like for the 49ers, before today, there were 2 players that if they got hurt, you're done. And that's Trent Williams and Christian McCaffrey. And I think today they sort of addressed that because, yes, there's a lot of injuries, but like, for example, Kiner, that undrafted running back who's going to make the team, he passed Garendo, and he was getting more reps than Jordan, who was that the kid from Oregon they drafted? The other rookie that they drafted from Oregon. He runs hard. And so I think if McCaffrey sustains an injury, now that you have Robinson and Kiner, who looks okay, you're not cooked, if that makes sense.
Well, what about Garendo? I think
Garendo, you know what he is, and I really wanted, and Larry Kruger said this, and I couldn't agree more. Going into the offseason, you were hoping to have a McCaffrey Garendo, dual monster, and he's great. But all the things that were kind of red flags coming out of college, having only started 1 game and everything, it's kind of showing because he can't stay on the field. He just got back because he's been hurt all camp,
right?
And he said it's his shoulder, and they're reporting he's going through all the drills and holding his shoulder. So he's back, but he's not back, and so it's just kind of like, it's unfortunate because he's so gifted and he is very fast, but he's not durable. And so I think he's not going to be that hard running tough guy. He's more of a gadget guy right at this time. Yeah. So it's kind of unfortunate, but it's what it appears he is, if that makes sense. I just really want, because I just think and these are so hard to get. If the Niners could get a tackle, someone who's competent, who could play tackle for 2-3 games, because I don't think Trent Williams is going to be healthy the whole year. But he might miss 4 or 5 games.
But that's your left tackle. That's
I
the
understand,
problem. That's
but
your
if you could get someone who can cut, like if you could pick up somebody who could just, I mean, not be Trent Williams, but be, I don't know, who could be competent.
somebody who could be Trent Williams. Those are big shoes.
You're not going to get that.
Literally and figurative.
Just somebody who could play the position. I mean, you can't have. It's obvious Spencer Burford can't play it, because when we watched him in the preseason, he had 3 straight plays where they went right around him. And if you could just have someone who could fill in, not for the season, but find a guy who could fill in for 4 or 5 games and try to keep you afloat, that would be huge for this team. That's what I'm trying to say when it comes to Trent Williams.
You know who else I really have questions about, and we'll get ready to wrap it up here in a second. It's Kyle Shanahan, man. Like I can't tell if he is football fatigued or he is just that locked in that he's just kind of this football zombie.
Mm-hmm.
But I just you and I have had this conversation about his rigidity and how he's stuck in his ways. He doesn't like to play young guys, and
the Cabo click.
And it's like, okay, like, yeah, you've made a couple Super Bowls, but you also blew a Super Bowl as an offensive coordinator. You didn't know the rules in overtime, but like, yet there's all this freaking shine on Kyle Shanahan. Like, he can walk around with the biggest set in San Francisco with stuff not getting done and falling short, having good players on the sideline. Like Robbie Anderson, what is he now? Robbie Chosen or something? Playing Chosen over some of the other receivers last year. It's like, what are we doing?
Right. Well, I mean, what's his name? They had the receiver that they drafted last year. He's only 5'10". They weren't sold on him, and I get, but you also drafted him. You kind of sometimes got to give guys like that a shot, like you said, instead of playing Robbie Chosen. I don't know. I do know that Shanahan said coming into training camp that he was, to paraphrase, he was bushed coming out off of the Super Bowl loss. And he just was, like you said, he kind of admitted that he was a little bit mentally fatigued last year. Mm-hmm. But I do agree that he does get stubborn, because when you watched last year when they played the Chicago Bears and they were running screen passes and that's what they do really well. There's a lot of play action, a lot of creativity. And then the next game they must win to beat the Rams to stay in, and it's a Debo game. Mm-hmm. And Debo can't get, and there's no creativity. And you know this, you know enough football. If a guy, after the first 2-3 targets, the guy's not getting open or isn't able to do anything, you got to move off of that and try something else. Maybe come back to him later in the game. But you're right. He's like, no, we game planned this to be a Debo game, and I'm going to give him 12 targets. Yep. And in the day, what happened? Debo dropped that slant that was a touchdown. And that sealed the 49ers' fate for the year. I do agree that he does get fixated on the game plan and what he scripted and doesn't go off that. He needs someone to say, "Hey, this isn't working. Adjust." Like,
that's my point.
Game adjustments.
That's my point. And by the way, and you and I could probably talk about this all day. We can't, though, because we got other people on the line that want to get on. But the special teams, too, last year. Mm-hmm. How do you not step in and do something different? I know you don't want to publicly I know they shouldn't. I don't think you should have fired him during the season, which they didn't. But at the same time, if I'm Kyle Shanahan, I'm taking the reins behind the scenes.
His
Look,
attitude is horrible towards it.
I know.
He said during press conferences that basically he doesn't even look at special teams.
Right.
Well, that's a third of the game, and that's why the Niners have always been bottom of the barrel with Darren Shanahan. I mean, they haven't had a kick return for a touchdown since 2012. So you're right about the special teams. I do think Robert Saleh bringing in his former special teams coach from the Jets, I think that's going to help. But it just still seems that Shanahan's not interested. He likes to delegate the special teams and just not be bothered with it.
I think his seat's a little hotter than people are predicting.
I do too.
We'll see.
I think here's my prediction. If he can't make the playoffs this year, and I think a good telltale sign is the ownership not wanting to spend this year. And I think another telltale sign is I think Saleh's the guy. I do not think the fan base would be upset if Saleh were to replace Kyle Shanahan. And Saleh could find people from the Shanahan tree that he's worked with to replace him as an offensive coordinator. That's just my opinion. I know Saleh's very respected in the NFL, and I mean he is the highest paid coordinator in the NFL. So the 49ers organization must think very highly of him. He's getting paid head coach money. So that's who I think is going to be the replacement, and I think that's going to force Shanahan to either make it or break it this year.
There you go. Hey, Mac.
Yes.
Thank you for being a big part of this show, dude. I actually want to have you on. I'll do a podcast episode with you.
Oh, okay, cool.
We'll catch up. I got you on X, but dude,
will you still be on YouTube, or how is it?
Yeah. So really, the only change is you're not going to have a King's Court every day. At least on YouTube and X. So we'll do one of these like we're doing right now. We'll do one a week, but then there'll be daily audio on Spotify and Apple. So
okay, I understand.
Yep. So, all right, dude. Appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
You got it, Mac.
All right, bye-bye.
Daddy's back.
Play it every time. Find me a better caller when it comes to sports. Really hard. We've got some really, like, Dirk is a very in-depth caller when it comes to basketball. He gets into the layers. Mac just knows a little bit about everything. Really like when he calls. Yeah, good job. Good job, Mac. Getting some love. For sure. If you're just joining us, we are wrapping up the King's Court as a daily show on YouTube and X. The podcast is going nowhere. It will still be around. Apple, just put in the King's Court. It's the second top result if you put in the King's Court. Spotify, find it there. You're going to have daily during the week audio coming up there, and it's going to be more exclusive in terms of the information, the guests. You're going to have more press conferences. You'll have me doing things from practice, so I guarantee it's going to be a listen that you're going to want to get. So just as this show is transformed, it will transform as well. So make sure you're subscribed on Apple and Spotify. Listener Appreciation Day. Appreciate all of you. We'll still talk some more. I got a few comments that I want to make towards the end of the show. But I also asked this question: best commercial of all time. I don't know that you can find me a better commercial or a better commercial series than the Real Men of Genius commercials. They're just that good. They're too good.
Today we salute you.
One about the nosebleed seats where you need 2 Sherpas and a mountain goat. Oh my
Real
God.
Men of Genius.
They just had me rolling.
Real men
So
of
speaking
genius.
of rolling, we're going to keep rolling the phone calls. You can't wrap up the King's Court on a daily basis without talking to this guy. And I know we give him a lot of crap, and I don't know if his audio is going to work, but he has been a much bigger part of this show than, in all seriousness, than you know. And even this channel behind the scenes. Haunted Horse, what's up, my fam?
Dude, what is up?
Thanks for
I had to
making
be
the
here
time.
today. I had to be here today.
I appreciate it.
We're gonna do a short little travel back in time. I remember you before you had any shows on YouTube, anything, you would come on our little shows and you would show up and you would pick our brain and you'd be excited to be on the air and you'd be like, hey, can I join you guys after the show's over and talk to you and pick our brains and everything else? You knew what you wanted to do. And I also remember you and Grant looking to pivot from what you were doing in audio over to the video. And since I was doing it, you guys kind of picked my brain. I gave you a couple of things like I'm using Restream. I really like it. You can broadcast to multiple channels. Anyway, I remember your first show because I was right here. I wanted to see how you're doing, and you were white as a ghost, and you're which is what we all do in our first show. The difference for you and me, my first show probably had one person in the audience. You had, because of Grant and everything going on, you had a lot. So you had a lot more pressure. And you, after the shows were over, you're like, oh, I got to fix this. I got to stop saying this. I'm using this as a delay tactic. And you were working hard. I got to fix this. I got to do this. Oh, this is going to be better. And you've been working and working and working. So for every show you see with Ryan on it, 3 hours, there's 4, 5, 6 hours behind the scenes of putting it all together. That's what people don't see. So better, improvement. Worked your ass off. You're going to go work at the radio station. This is not by accident. Anyone that would have just flipped the switch and said, this is what I'm going to do, you wouldn't be where you are now. I've told you this in private. I'm going to say it here. This is a marathon. You're only on mile 6. You've got so much more ahead of you. It's just the beginning. This is not the end of anything. This is just the beginning. You're going to be big. You're going to look back on
gonna be big. Gonna be the biggest thing you ever Go home to mommy.
Everyone's going to look back on this. And if we want to use Jim Rome, which is how you and I know each other, it's how I know of Grant Napier, because he used to fill in for Jim Rome. Jim Rome's got the old school colors. They did it way back in the 90s. They did a Sports Illustrated cover where his loyalist callers, and they go, oh, remember back then, and you were on late at night and everything else. And everybody in the audience right now, all of you in the audience right now, you're going to be able to say, oh, to all the new people 5-10 years from now, oh, man, back in the day, we were listening. He was only in Sacramento. He was on at 3:00 and it was in the afternoon and we were at work, and like there were, 50 people in the audience, and now it's thousands. And we used to get on the show like that. Now we have to sit on hold for an hour and a half. That's what it's going to be like. So it is, Justin. Awesome. Appreciate you. It is just the beginning, mile 6 of the 26-mile marathon. And so I'm stoked that you're taking the next mile and the radio. I can't wait. I have not downloaded the app yet. I will be listening on September 2nd. And I'm going to listen to that show. I can't wait to hear what it sounds like. I can't wait to see the first ratings book. I can't wait to see the first season of Kings broadcasting. I hope you guys talk some NFL. I know you are.
Yeah, it's going to be all sports.
So I'll be basketball, as everyone knows here. It's my weak spot. I like the Trailblazers, but I couldn't tell you. Ryan always jokes on me. Name me 3 people. I could probably name 3. I couldn't name the starters, but I could probably name 3. And but football, 49ers. Just to pivot off of Mac, the 49ers, I think last year the expectations were so high, and when the injuries started piling up by week 3, it just wasn't going to happen. No matter what Kyle did, no matter what schemes he did, Debo was fat. Debo Samuel was out of shape. He was not fast. He was not getting the holes when they were open, and as they started closing.
Do you mean Brandon Ayuk?
Huh?
Because do you mean Ayuk?
No,
Or
I mean Debo. Ayuk was hurt. Debo.
really? See,
Yeah, well, Ayuk came in out of shape because he was holding out. But
I
I
thought
think
Debo was smaller and leaner than he had ever
no,
been.
I thought he was heavier and slower. He was missing. The holes were there, and by the time, it's a split second. If you do not hit that thing, it closes fast. I thought on all the plays I saw, he was just slower, and he had a little more weight. Now, the weight sometimes help you punch through the holes, but I thought his speed was down. There's a reason they traded him. It's not because he was fast
Mac
and he was
agrees with
killing
you.
it. Hopefully he works out. Look, I love Debo when he was in shape. I loved Debo when he was in his prime. Hopefully he can, seeing a new change of scenery. Man, he's got an explosive offense, a great quarterback. So hopefully he can get a little more slimmed down and get a little bit of his youth back, and maybe he can on the other side of McLaren. I'm sure Debo's probably going to do some slot. I don't know if they're going to use him as a like on reverses like they were doing in the Frisco offense, but hopefully I have nothing. I said Frisco, and I know everyone hates that, but I have nothing but good things for Debo. He was great for us when he was there, but last year when he became, I think he needed Ayuk to take some pressure off that side of the field.
I would agree with that too.
Yeah.
And I think kind of, and Debo's not on the same level as Russell Wilson, but I think the Niners sold on the high side of Debo. I think using him as like, he even tried to make an argument, pay me like a running back, like using him in that type of fashion, that builds up on a guy like that with hits. And don't forget, it's
what I say, 40 winos.
40 whiners. So we will maybe I'll be able to pull you aside once a week on the audio side, and we'll still do our picks, and we'll put that up on Spotify and Apple.
Yeah, we can find a spot, we can do that, and we can throw it up there. That's fun, because I think I know football until I go head to head with your son. And then it's the point spreads. There's a reason those point spreads are right where they're at, because Vegas knows exactly where they're at. So almost every game's a coin flip. I find my exotic picks and make money from those because I see things in that. But when it comes to score, I do not play scores. When I bet on DraftKings, I do not bet straight up scores unless it's in a parlay, because they're hard.
Mm-hmm.
They're just hard. So I am happy with Robinson getting him today, because I was worried. McCaffrey appears to be 100%. I was worried him being the only option at running back with all of the injuries, that they were going to rely on him too early in the season and he would break down. So having a change up running back to give him a rest is really good. I'm glad Lynch got him. So yeah, I'm excited for a different reason. Last year I was excited because I thought we're going to win the Super Bowl. This year I'm excited because I think everyone's going to overlook us. I think we're better than people think. Brock Purdy, there is a question mark there, but I think if he has his weapons and not everyone's beat up, I think he's a very good quarterback.
I agree.
In that offense. I don't know that he would be a good quarterback in like a Ravens offense. No, I wouldn't think that at all. But offense,
Brock can run pretty well. I actually think his legs are pretty good, but not like a Lamar Jackson. No, absolutely.
Yeah, he's not. No. There's 7 to 10 quarterbacks that have better legs than him. I 7 for sure, possibly 10. But yeah, if he needs to get out, he's no John Elway where he's just plodding down there, to get 3 yards for a first down. No, he's got some quicks. So
all right, so I'm gonna transition really quick before we wrap up, because I was gonna talk about you, believe it or not. I just want everybody to know that, yeah, exactly what Horst said. He's been grinding at this for much longer than I have. And he took me in. This is his website right there, HollywoodRejects.com. We both have been pushing each other, and he has been grinding his ass off. And he is starting to see the fruit of that grind. And what a lot of people don't know is I hosted or co-hosted a show with him 3 days a week. And that was a big deal. It was a big deal for him. It was a big deal for me. It was a big deal for the audience. And he's like, dude, go do your thing. You got to go do your thing. Put your focus there. And so in some ways, without him pushing me, without him letting me come do this thing and being very selfless, we're probably not doing the King's Court 5 days a week. So to you, my friend, I say thank you very much. You were right up there in that group of mentors. As much as we joke about you and we play your sound drops, success is definitely coming your way. You're seeing that growth. Go support him. He runs a show, at least one show, every single day of the week, or during the week, I should say. And it's different. It's different content. It's not sports. You want to get away from sports? Go check him out. And then the DJ shows that you do at night, tell people about those really quick.
Yeah, well, I just it started back in COVID, and then I took a break. I got burned out, but I'm back. Yeah, Friday nights at 8:00. I have a site called on Mixcloud, and it's a channel, and they let you play real music from real artists. And the reason there's no copyright problems is those artists get paid. So it's all legit. When I play a song from the Rolling Stones, whoever owns the rights to that song, whether it's the Stones or the studio or whatever, they get their payment. And so I play videos and everything else. If you want to hear the audio only during the week, it's audio only. It's on Mixcloud. But I do play videos on Friday night, and that's the only time I can have the video. And that has everything to do with the copyright restrictions based on video via live versus video being taped. It's very boring stuff, but there's a reason why I can't run those shows with video after the fact, just audio only. But yeah, the DJ show at 8:00 every Friday. I'm actually building out a channel. I'm hoping Ryan will guest DJ on that channel. I know he's gonna be real busy, but once he gets his groove and starts to figure out where he has pockets of extra time, I've got some other guys that are coming on that channel. We're gonna build that DJ channel out, and it's just a hang. It's music. It's not anything other than a good place. And then the chat is fun. Everyone's talking in the chat while the music's playing. It's a hang. It's a nice hang. You can have some pops if you're into that thing. I don't drink, so if you're not into that thing, it's still fun. And I am going to have you as a guest DJ to run some shows. I'm not asking anything of you right now because you need to figure out for the rest of the year, you probably need to figure out where the balance is, where how much you've got to give to that radio channel, how much you can give to the YouTube channel, your after your post-game shows. So I'm not asking any of you, but once you guys get that pattern down and you can figure out, then I'll seek you out again. I will say this real quick, and I'm going to let you go because everyone else wants to say goodbye. And it's not goodbye.
Yeah, it's just we're changing forms.
It's a different change, right? Once a week versus 5 days a week. But I will say this, you were the guy I was looking for. Like every good race, every good fight, every good bike race, you want the 1-2 to push each other. That's when you break records. That's when things, because this guy is trying to beat this guy, and it's not trying to beat you, but I used you to push. And because you started doing extra shows, I started one show a week, and then we're doing more. And then you were doing Mondays and Fridays, and I didn't ask you to do that because I thought it was too big of a lift with you already what your workload was. So then I started doing solos on Monday, Friday, make 5 days. So we have pushed each other.
Yep.
And I would have never gotten as much growth as I did without you. I was looking for that from other guys, and they're just not into it like we are. They do it for fun once a week. If they don't want to do it, they just don't do a show. I needed someone to push me, and you did. You did. You pushed
me too. I and thank you for that. And you've helped this channel and Grant so much as well as a whole. So, I mean, for both of us, you know how thankful we are. And I don't say this to very many people. I love you, brother.
I love you, brother. You are fantastic guy. All the best for you. I can't wait to see what happens next. Thank you
Thank
for
you,
having me
dude.
on.
You're the
All right,
man.
take care. Good luck
Freaking
to
love
you.
you. All right.
Bye-bye.
He's
Love
going to
you.
be on tonight at 5 o'clock. He will also be on DJ show 8 o'clock tonight. If you're just joining us, we are wrapping up the Monday through Friday King's Court, the Monday through Friday live X and YouTube King's Court. Not to worry, it will still be around. We'll do one show like we're doing now a week. And the whole reason we're doing that is because, unless you've been under a rock, you know, Grant's coming back to Sacramento. He's back to win. I am lucky enough to be headed to Fox Sports Radio with Napes. I'm going to be his producer and on-air what did he call it? On-air contributor. There we go. So I'll be doing all the back end. So anytime you guys call in, you're going to be talking to me first. So we know each other. I love that. But the team at Fox Sports is so ready and has been incredible with this process. And we are doing so much with them behind the scenes leading up to September 2nd. Make sure you mark it down. September 2nd, 3 p.m. is when the Grant Napier show returns here to Sacramento. He's taking the city back. He's taking the airwaves back. That's what we're doing. We are here to win. So if you haven't already, make sure you download the Fox Sports app. You can find it in Apple, Google, wherever it might be, or wherever you get your applications, I should say. And follow Fox on all the socials. They're on X. They are on Instagram. Anything we're on, they're on KSAC, Fox Sports, KSAC, 104.7, 890 AM. And because of my responsibilities there, I am going to be working and not able to be here. And quite frankly, if I was able to be here, I'd be listening to Grant's show. So the King's Court, as I've said at the beginning, it's going to evolve. When we started off, because many of you from day one, you know, it started off audio only. And then we went 5 days a week on X and YouTube live, producing things, and it grew and it grew and it grew. But we're going back to audio, but it's going to be more in-depth audio. It's going to be information rich. We'll keep the humor in there with the sound drops. I'm going to find a way to work some of you into that as well. So you can go to Apple, just type in the King's Court. It's the second result under top results that comes up on Apple. If you're a Spotify user, you can grab it there as well. You'll get 5 days a week right there. And we'll have player interviews. You're going to have me at press conferences. And this channel altogether, Grant's going nowhere. This channel is going nowhere. We're going to still do post game. We're going to elevate it to another level like we do every single year. So I want to share a few things with you guys here in a minute, but first I want to get to the chat because I know a lot of you wanted to weigh in on Haunted Horse. We've got Adam coming up here in a little bit. Let me get back to the chat. Saw some nice stuff in there that I wanted to address. Brock being healthy. Yeah, I think he'll be all right. You guys are, this is what I love. It's just the back and forth. Like I'm reading through and I'm like, okay, that's back and forth. That's back and forth. Trying to like, okay, I don't need to read that. Don't tear up. Don't tear up. We're not going anywhere. It's just going to be a little bit different. And I know the big question is, are we going to be able to talk with the show at Fox? We're starting out as a straight up radio show. We're working on other ideas as we get down the road. Grant wants to be an old school radio show first, and I respect that, and I agree with him on that. I don't think his show needs the bells and whistles of a simulcast. He's Grant freaking Napier. Nobody does it better. So that being said, stay tuned. We'll let you know what the update is on that as the show goes along. Paul says, remember, oh man, yeah, and I was Haunted Horse says it best. I looked like a hostage. Andre, not Andrew. Will they be able to listen on the app if you're not in Sacramento? You'll be able to listen on some app. If for whatever reason, the app doesn't allow you, the Fox Sports KSAC app doesn't allow you because of your location. You can find it on TuneIn. You can find it anywhere that streams radio. It'll be there. We will make sure. Andre, reach out to me. If you can't get it, we will get it to you. I am so tired of Jerry Rice. You are lucky I did not get that today. There's a Fox Sports Sacramento app to listen to. Yep. And remember, it's FM as well. FM radio. That's where I would be tuned in first. You get a better listen. Never forget Rhino's debut on this show with his orange shirt and discussion on Tua. Man, that's old. That's good. That's really good. Yeah, thank you to Haunted Horse. That meant a lot for sure. As we mix in some Niners chats there. Thank you, Paul. Thank you. Yeah, that intro. I thought I was going to get kicked. Okay, so I want to be clear about this. Grant has given me the runway to lay out. How the pregame show started was he said, you need to get some more reps. And this is exactly when I was going through the issues with my hips, where I was in between surgeries. I was waiting for surgery. And he goes, I don't want to be a part of it. It's your show. Do what you want with it. And it turned out to be okay. And that gave me the confidence to grow and do this. And to be able, quite frankly, and I've told Grant this behind the scenes, I don't think I've said it publicly, but what I wanted, one of the big reasons that I started the King's Court on a daily basis on X and YouTube, because you notice it streams to Grant's channels. What I wanted, because we didn't know what was going to happen with Grant's lawsuit. Yes, it's in appeal now, but that was a long process. If it would have gone to trial, where would Grant have been? He wouldn't have been here on the channel with you. So I wanted to create something that could sustain his income with viewers if he needed to step away. I wanted to have it built up and ready to go if that were to happen. And he knows that. I've never shared that with anybody. I'm sharing it with you now because he's been so important to what I've done. And on this show, he lets me have runway. Do you know how important that is? He lets me do what I want to do. He encourages me. He's always encouraged me to have my own style. You have to have your own style. Doesn't mean you can't have influences from people that inspire you, but you got to have your own style. So this is going to be my, I want to set a few things up because I love all, no way. Is that who I think it is? Are you in LA? Awesome. PK's here too. Tay, thank you. Ed, thank you. Baki, thank you. Love you too. So, as Haunted Horse said, and some of you, this might be a little bit of a reset. I met them through Jim Rome. And this talking sports, watching sports, being around professional athletes, being around a Division I college program, I felt like I had seen a lot. I understood things at a different level. I had the ability to be a little more abstract. When the crowd's going left, I'm looking how to go right. And COVID kind of came along, right? And it presented this opportunity for me to have some extra time. And that's when I'm like, well, maybe I'll start this as a hobby. And I reached out to Grant. And he, with me having a few followers, comes on my podcast. But before we get to that point, let's back up to this. 2017, I've shared this before. I had been a Jim Rome fan my entire life. And for those that are familiar with the jungle, well, not my entire life, since 2002, I had been listening to Jim Rome. And those who are familiar with the jungle, you know, there's the listeners, there's the contributors and participants, and then there's a whole nother level, the smack off callers, the legends in the jungle. I had never had a single thing read on that show in 15 years. But when I heard Jim was coming to Sacramento to do a station visit and do his show from one of the radio stations here, I had to be there. I had to be in the building. I had to be part of the show. And so I was able to get in. They had about 50 or 60 of us there. And Jim's audio guy, or no, Adam Hawk, who ended up being a really great guy and has given me some excellent advice. He's like, does anybody want to come on the Jim Rome show? Anybody want to come on? And the crowd super fired up, but then he asked that question and just silence. But then I'm throwing my hand up. I was doing the opposite. And Adam pulls me into the hallway and he's like, what are you going to talk about? And I'm like, yes. You're wearing a Seahawks sweatshirt. Do you want to talk playoffs? Yes. I froze. I couldn't get anything out of my mouth. And the reason Jim was in Sacramento was right up my freaking alley. He was in Sacramento to come see the Golden One Center. He was Vivek's guest that night at the G1C. And so they come back from the rejoin, and I'm thinking, there's no way I'm going up there. And Jim calls me up.
On the Jim Rome show. This is why it's Ryan in Sacktown. This is the first time I was ever on the Jim Rome show. And it was the first time I ever realized, you know what? Maybe you could do this. Maybe you could. And what's so funny about it is listen to me back in 2017.
How did you end up in Sacramento? Were you a Kings guy?
Huge Kings guy. I actually grew up here in Sacramento. Grew up going to games when Mitch Richmond, The Rock was playing, Wayman Tisdale, all those guys. Been here through the thick and the thin, good and the bad. 2002 was rough, obviously, Sacramento. But we're bouncing back, like what Vlade's doing. Looks like they're trying to kind of build that 2002 team again. Got Garrett Temple as the hustle guy, like Doug Christie. Got DeMarcus as the big man that can pass. You got only thing we're missing is a shooter.
Yeah, and that's something you might be able to get up at the trade deadline. You know, you mentioned 2002. If you're in Sacramento and you were here for 2002, at the time it hurt. It hurt, but you figured, man, we got jammed. It should have been ours, but we'll be back. And then you come to find out nothing's guaranteed. You might not be back. 2002, is that something that really sticks with the folks here? I mean, is that something you never really get beyond?
I think this town's never got beyond that.
Right.
To be honest with you, that was rough. I mean, I think the big one for us was the shot, Game 5, when it got tipped out. We worried a little in Game 6. We got the bad calls on Bibby towards the end of the game. But that Game 7, that was just a heartbreaker.
Man, you were talking about it. You talk about it like it's yesterday. That's how much that still hurts. That was 2002.
It still hurts. We still got the videotape in the house.
All right, so for those who don't know, I mean, there's Sacramento Kings in this house right now, but when that team had it going back in the day, and you mentioned some of the guys, you had Mitch Richmond, Wayman Tisdale, I had the sound from Chris Webber, Jason Williams was here, Vlade. Man, it was so good. It was so good. What was it like to be in this town when that team was rolling like that?
It was incredible, to be honest with you, because it just happened organically. We were pretty rough. We were bottom of the barrel for a while when Mitch and all those other guys weren't here. But when that team came in with Jason Williams, there's a little bit of charisma. They traded him to get Mike. Everybody was a little skeptical, but I'll tell you what, I don't know what you guys think, but I have never seen chemistry like that in the NBA.
Never. Except Golden State right now. You got guys that can shoot it, that don't mind sharing the ball, and they don't care who the guy is. They're not reaching for a stat sheet. They're all about the team. But that's how the Kings were back in the day, and I think that's how Golden State is right now. All right, so what about that new arena? The shiny new Golden One. What's it look like? What's it feel like?
It's absolutely incredible. Beautiful architecture, state of the art.
really cool place, tribute to Sacramento. They got the Tower Records sign in there. All local restaurants, food sourced about, I think, 100 miles from the arena. That's the only stuff in there. Just, it's our palace, you know. The Kings fans, you know, I think if you ask most of them, it would be more important to be at the last game at Arco than the first one at Golden One, because that was.
Hey, bro, you treating this like an audition for a radio job? What's up, man? Dude, you sold it nicely, man. My man's comfortable. Listen, Ryan, one more thing. For those listening, you know, we've got 200 plus radio stations. We've got listeners nationwide. We have listeners in Canada. Is there something you want the rest of the world to know about Sacramento that maybe they don't already know or understand?
Don't count us out.
As a town or as a basketball team or both?
Both. This town is full of hardworking folks. We might not have the big high-rise buildings. We might not have all the media and the culture that goes around in the big cities, but I'll tell you what, there ain't nobody that works harder than Sacramentans. Yeah.
Keeping it real. My man Ryan, dude, way to go. It's not easy to pull a guy out of.
So that was it. And man, was that rough. I got game 5 wrong. That was game 4 that Ori hit the shot. But after that, I became more of a regular contributor on the show. Become closer with some of the crew throughout the years. Jim has been great. And I've really, as this has gotten more and more momentum and this channel has grown with Grant, had to take a step back from that. And that's okay. That's the natural progress. Now, what's interesting is Grant was a guest on that show. He wasn't there yet when I was up with Grant or with Jim, but Jim had said on the radio, "Why are you wearing all this Seahawks gear?" Right? And Grant recognized me because I was wearing my Seahawks gear, and he goes, "Dude, come here." He goes, "You did a great job. You represented Sacramento so well." And I had always listened to Grant's show too. In fact, I've admitted this maybe once on the air. Sometimes I would be scared to call in to the show, but I wanted to call all the time. So if I wasn't sure, like if my take was going to be good, if I didn't want to get the moron drop, I'd say I was Sean in Sacramento. So anyways, Grant comes on my podcast. We start working together a little bit more. And I thought, okay, well, I've got time to fill because of COVID and then the medical issues, which I still worked through on the back end with NAPES. And it kept going and kept growing. And here is what's eerie. Grant asked me to be on his podcast about halfway through that time. And there was a call that I made to Grant on his Listen App show. And it was very abstract compared to the normal calls. It was basically giving him a list of names and asking him to describe the person in one word. And it was a really well-balanced list. And it kind of brought out the feedback that we got, brought out a different side of Grant that you don't always see. And so that's what prompted him to ask me to come on his podcast. He did the same to me without me knowing. He hit me with a few names and wanted a one-word answer. And then he asked this question.
I don't like to look too far ahead in life. I like to go in 5-year increments. So if I have you back on my podcast in 2027, where do you see yourself? Where do you want to be in terms of broadcasting?
I want to be in a sports radio job, whether it is through podcasting and simulcast.
It's 2025 and we're there, and I'm doing it with Grant. I'm doing it with all of you. I'm very humbled by all the thank yous, seeing people saying, "Oh, I'm tearing up." I'm very humbled that you look forward to the show as much as you do. This process, and by no means is this process done. This is not a finished product. This channel, the radio show, everything needs to evolve. So it's just where we're at now. We're evolving. But what you don't know is as much as you looked forward to coming to watch the show the last year, I looked forward to doing the show. Some of you say you needed the show. I'm going to be quite honest with you. I needed all of you. What you don't know is the last 6 months, and we all go through stuff. We all go through stuff. We all have a list. Have been the hardest 6 months of my life. And I don't know that I'm getting to the other side of that professionally without Grant and all of you. So please, please know how much I appreciate each and every one of you. And thank you for or from the bottom of my heart. I needed you as much as you wanted to come and be a part of the show. So thank you. Thank you. All right, let's get back to the not so heavy stuff. Honoring all you today, as many as could fit on the graphic. If your name is not there, it doesn't mean your name wasn't on the list. They just couldn't get any more on without it looking crazy. So hopefully you see yourself there. If you don't, you know, I know you. And again, this show not going anywhere. It is going away on X and YouTube every day, but the audio will still be there. Spotify, Apple, wherever you find your podcasts, you will be able to still find this show. You'll find our post-game coverage that we are going to be doing. And more importantly, September 2nd, here we go. The Grant Napier Show is back. Fox Sports, Sacramento. Can't wait for it. I'm telling you too, and I mean this, you do not want to miss September 2nd. You don't. You don't want to miss September 2nd. All right, we got a couple more calls, and then we are going to get to Adam Uso to wrap up the show. My brother BJ, what's up, dude?
Hey, how's it going, my man?
Good. How are you?
No, I can't complain too much. It's a bittersweet day. Um, I'm excited for the channel. I'm like, really excited for you because you get to get out there more and get to see more faces, and your face gets out there more. I think we really are seeing a legend uh, procuring right in front of our eyes right now, and it's just really awesome to be a part of it. This channel is amazing. The people in the chat, including Dennis, is amazing. I really appreciate Haunted and Kimball and Finch and Paul and PK and it's just everybody. I know I'm going to miss some people. It's just I have today off, but generally I'm listening when I'm at work, and it kind of drowns the crappiness of work, and get to hear you guys and stuff.
Yep.
So
Dude, I feel exactly the same.
So I think the first time I came on here, I showed you guys some cards. So I thought it would behoove of me to last show for me to show couple cards that I got that people may be interested in. Hopefully there we go. We got some light on the subject. I don't know if you guys can see this kaboom. It's kind of a cool card.
Is that a Luca Kaboom? Oh,
No,
that's
this
Cooper
is
Flag.
Yeah, it's Cooper Flag's first Kaboom.
A rookie
I
Kaboom?
yes, sir, a rookie Kaboom. I got some connects. I got this one right here. Hopefully you guys can see it. It's also a very cool card. His Bowman's best out of Duke. It's called Masterpieces. It got a graded a 10, a gem 10, so it's kind of cool. I'm excited about this one. See where
Nice.
it goes. And then I got a signed one. Oh no, this is his other Bowman Chronicles, which is a really cool card. It doesn't do much justice on the screen, but it's really like chrome. It's pretty amazing. And then last but not least is my number 19 out of 75 Bo Jackson signed card.
Wow. You don't see a lot of Bo Jackson signed stuff.
No, I'm a big Bo Jackson guy, and just for the road, because I'm a big Roberto Clemente. I got this Roberto Clemente Cracker Jack ball players. It's called old school. It's kind of neat.
Woo.
Yeah, it's an oldie. It's an oldie. It's got Cracker Jack. I don't know if you guys know about Cracker Jacks. Gail Sayers. Miguel Sayers. That's one of my. And then my favorite president, Mr. Theodore Roosevelt. This is some type of piece of a book of his, and it's authenticated. Yeah. So
Dude, how are you pulling that stuff or are you targeting that stuff?
I pull some stuff. I mainly target a lot of because I'm old school, so I target a lot of the stars like Jordan, Ricky Henderson, Clemente, Hank Aaron. Look at this little baby card I got. It's Hank Aaron card. It's kind of cool. It's a little baby one. It's about 3 inches tall.
Bro, that Roosevelt, I'm like sitting here and sorry, I'm doing the vein thing. I'm like, bro, like you're sitting on a collection that's probably worth a piece of real estate. Damn.
Yeah. I've been told. Well, my room is this room is insured, and I have two sons, and they're getting both. They're going to somehow fight over the Jordan cards and the Vince Carters and the Bo
No,
Jacksons.
don't do that to them. Don't. Hey, take it. Okay. I always tell you it's the
Tell me.
King's Court for a reason.
Order in the court.
Everything about the naming of this show is specific. And has an inside meeting. But meeting? What's a meeting? Meaning. That's the worst thing you can do. Take it from Rhino in his past life. You need to assign the cards to them. Do not leave it on them to fight those out. I promise you. And I'm not saying they would fight about him. What I'm saying is don't put that choice on them.
Yeah,
It's
it
better
probably would
coming
be
from
hard.
you.
Probably be hard for them. Well, anyways, that was I just wanted to go out with that, and I wanted to say thank you for having this show. I love the redheaded stepchild of Sucktown, and for him to have a partner like you is phenomenal, and we've grown in our friendship too, and I look forward to that growing even more, and we're just all gonna have to adjust, and it's one you're saying it's one day a week. That's better than none. And
Yep,
then there's
for sure.
post games, so
Yep.
it's going to be really, really, really cool. And look forward to seeing everybody. And hopefully, we can all get together.
Yeah,
Who knows?
we're
Maybe we
we're
can do that.
we're looking to pull something like that off when Grant's in town. And if we are, you'll be excited. You'll be very
Yes.
excited about it. So, Beej, I appreciate you, dude. Thank you
I love
so
you,
much
man.
for taking the time to call, too, bro.
Later.
Be well. BJ coming in strong with a nasty collection. Holy crap. From BJ, we go Johnny Finch. What's up, my man?
Rhino, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Man, we've been doing this for so freaking long. Can you
Yep.
hear the helicopters over? For some reason, there's helicopters. They might be
Yeah.
celebrating you in your last show, brother.
I was gonna say, are they searching for you right now?
If they were, they could see what they could see would be the barbecue that's just smoke signals. So it's gonna be they're gonna be loving it here in a minute.
Let me guess. Tri-tip, asparagus. What's the other vegetable that's on there?
So far, you got it right. Here's the tri-tip.
Okay.
About a 3-pounder. It's not huge. Asparagus.
Okay.
You know I'd never let you down, buddy.
I'm gonna say zucchini or squash.
Peppers.
Peppers. Okay.
Peppers out of the garden.
All
Throwing
right.
a sausage in there, and some baked potatoes and grilled onion.
Oh my gosh.
Should be all right to get me through the evening.
For those that don't know, John, this goes back when the Kings made the playoffs. He shaved his beard on the post-game show live, and when he went to, I took him to Stockton 2 seasons ago, and there was more people that
playoff game. That was the first playoff game that the Kings had been to. It was nuts, man.
There was more people that recognized him than recognized me.
Well,
it's true.
Look at
you know that. You know that. They're like, oh, Finch. You're chopping it up.
I didn't know why.
You're chopping it up with the commissioner of the G League. Come on.
Oh well, that was his first season and his first playoff game, and for him to do that, and really, Ryan, you made him feel right at home, and everybody did there. Everyone did. Kevin John, I mean, every single media member, everyone made that such a fun time because it was the first freaking playoff game. And then the following year, which is last year, won it all. And that right there is resilience and sticking to the plan. And there's something to be said about sticking to the plan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to keep going on and on and on. Don't just give up. When it gets tough, man, figure out a way to get through this little obstacle and then get through the next one, because there's constantly going to be obstacles. And that's what I guess this is something about you too, Ryan, because it's tough in what you're doing. And when we went down to Stockton, you know, we had a little conversation, and some of it was about Fox saying, man, maybe he's a little bit disconnected. And we kind of said, yeah, maybe so. Well, look what's happened then. And we talked about your the big budding career that is now starting to flower. You said that's what you wanted to do, and you've done it. And you're a guy, Ryan, who's got resilience, and you've got dedication, and you're going to do it. Whatever you want to do, whatever makes you happy, man, you're going to do whatever makes you happy. Makes your family happy, you know, give everything. We all know this, and I've talked to Ryan about this, and he knows. He's the one who said, yep, John, spot on, buddy. It's what it is. And I've been talking to Grant for 25 years probably, and we've shaken hands 4 times maybe.
Yep.
You know, it's what it is, though.
But that's what I love about this community. Whether it's here, it's on his shows, the post game. I love that we are still growing this, and you know, our paths crossed. You know, your son's segment about mosh pits almost made it to the best of this week. So make sure you tell Ash that.
I definitely will tell him that. He was asking about my segment when I shaved my beard.
I couldn't put it on here. Yeah, that would be a post game one though.
It was post game after a Portland game, but I think you've got rights to that, Ryan. I'm sure you've got rights to that.
Yeah, I'm sure I've got some type of rights. I'll have to consult the boss.
That was fun as hell. Hey, what about that one time the tree fell on me?
That was hilarious.
When I back up and I was shooting. I shot arrows on your show. A tree fell on me.
You've done a lot. You have done a lot on this channel.
Making me wonder.
Done a lot.
Maybe it's my show.
It's
not. We all know it's Dennis's show. We all know it's Dennis's show, right?
No, it's not Dennis's show. It's not his show. Although he did break news about Costco and smoked sausages today. This guy, just none like Dennis, for sure. Finchy, I appreciate you. Thank you so much, dude, for being here. Cook that thing medium rare. Enjoy your asparagus, and can't wait to have you call on the show on Fox on September 2nd.
Ryan, I love you, brother, and everybody in the chat, man. Love you guys. We're all like brother. We're all family. As Baki said, to Dora, my best to Dora. Everybody, we're all fam. Can't wait, guys.
Amen.
Keep up the great work, Ryan. You're destined for greatness.
Thank you, John. Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate you, John. Yeah, this is weird for me. We're going to get to Adam here in a second. I guess there's not much more I can say about Grant. I think I've said as much as I can. The most important thing that I want to say about Grant before we get to Adam, that's going to, amen, King's Court fam, that will always be with me 100%, whether we're working together or not, is it's how he interacts with everybody. Nobody, there's no one that's too small. Like I can't go on your show. He never forgets the people that made him. And I have seen, if things continue and I flourish, whatever it might be, I appreciate you doing that or suggesting that. My focus is straight ahead on the Grant Napier show. I want it when I'm doing something, I want it to be the best. When Grant asked me to describe myself in one word, I said Rudy. I will run through a freaking wall. So that's where my focus is at. But if this progresses, I want you to know, and I want to do the same thing. Actually, even if it doesn't progress. Yeah, no, I know, Peter. I thought about doing that just for you. I'm not even wearing a wrestling shirt today. It'll be back. If you are an aspiring podcaster, if you were like me going on Grant's podcast, or you were like me going on Jim Rome's, and you've got that itch, hit me up. Grant always pays it forward. Yeah, it's not the end either. Exactly. And I want to pay it forward to all of you as well. Unlike some people forget the people that started their success and tuned into their success. They get too big for them. That's never going to be the case for anybody here on this channel. Yeah, for sure. Well said, Ryan. Well freaking said. Again, don't forget, the show's not going away. You can catch the audio version of the King's Court Monday through Friday, and we'll do one live one every single week as well. Just not Monday through Friday at 3:00 anymore, because that is going to be for Grant starting September 2nd. And when I finish this show today, my full attention goes to that and the audio podcast. You'll have a new podcast Monday morning from me on the King's Court. Just search it in Apple, Spotify, wherever you find your podcast, and make sure you download the Fox Sports Sacramento app. Follow them on their socials on X, KSAC, 104.7, 890 AM. You don't want to miss September 2nd. I promise you, you do not want to miss September 2nd. All right. So for a small subsegment of this community, because we try to cater to everybody, there's this itch for wrestling. And this dude is a guy that did exactly what I just said. He had an itch to get in to podcasting, doing a show, and he came to me, came to Haunted Horse, got him set up. He's done the rest himself, and now he has a weekly spot here on this show to talk about what he loves and what's going to be next for wrestling when it comes to the King's Court. So, Adam Uso, oh my gosh. What's up, brother?
Well, let me tell you something, brother. This might be the last show today, but it ain't the end.
It is not.
Ryan and Sacktown Mania, brother. Brother.
Is it time appropriate? I mean, I guess it is. Yeah.
It's always Hulkamania time.
Is that one of the new ones or is that one of the old school ones?
No, this is one of the new ones that they released right after his death. So, I had to get that.
I know I almost dropped 100 on some of the new stuff for him.
Dropped 100 on which item?
I know.
$100 item on the WWE store currently that is massively overpriced, in my opinion.
And dude, the last shirt that I ordered from them, like, oh yeah, it's in stock. And then I go to check the ship date. It's like, oh yeah, it's going to ship in 2.5 months.
My El Grande Americano shirt took about 4 months, I think. They were debating on where to put his birthplace from, I think. No, okay, so Finn Balor. I don't know if you watched Triple Mania.
Hold on really quick. I gotta cut you off. I have to give props to us, freaking men, Paul. We are just as responsible for keeping the Kings in Sacktown as we are in getting, if you don't like that, in the King's Court to this point. It's the point of this show, Paul. It's the absolute point of this freaking show. Amen. It's the best comment. It's the best thing I've read all single day. That's why this is a family. That's what I have always tried to get across since day one. Well said, Paul. Sorry, Adam, to interrupt your segment.
No, you're good. It's not my segment. It wouldn't be a segment. We'll save all the nostalgic stuff for the end, but Finn Balor introduced a puppet at Triple Mania last week, and WWE is selling this said puppet for $100 on their website, and people are buying it.
Unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Sorry, we jumped into the wrestling so fast. Usually we BS a little bit before we warm up a little bit, but
yeah, I know. We usually do get warmed up. Actually, we had somebody on earlier this week. They sent a comment in. Was it Mac or was it BJ? No, it was Romanowski. Romanowski was like, dude, the cheapest seat at the G1C for Raw is $90. Do you want to preach to the people for a second? This has been like your hill for the last year and a half.
Well, that's part of the problem, but then you have WrestlePalooza next month. And they are charging $6,000 for third row ringside-ish for one night for an unannounced PPV or PLE, whatever you want to call it, with a month's notice, and now you're gonna be like, all right, $6,000 for that seat plus all your accommodations and stuff. So
it's a WWE event.
Yeah, so they're switching the PLEs to ESPN starting in September. So Night in Paris, that's a different Clash in Paris. Night in Paris is a different film, I believe, released in the early aughts.
The early aughts.
But Clash in Paris is the last PLE that'll be on Peacock. It's switching over early now.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought they were going to kick off with WrestleMania. I'm happy and sad because I'm going to be paying $20 more a month for ESPN. But what are you going to do? At the end of the day, it saves you money. It's not like the UFC where you're paying $75 an event.
Yeah, 100%. We're still paying more to watch these things if you don't already have them.
Yeah, it's true.
So
one of the things I wanted to talk with you, and we'll talk about what's next in a minute, but Justin Microman needs to happen. That was so interesting to me. The way that the Mexican crowd interacts with the wrestlers, it was definitely different and cool. But I hit you up this week, and with Cena going on his end tour, his retirement tour, I think Joe Hendry's going to get a match. I wanted to kick that around with you.
Yeah, how many dates do we have left? Like 10, 9, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And why wouldn't you give Joe Hendry a match with John Cena?
Yeah. And why, especially with how much you're promoting TNA, and there's the crossover, it seems like the absolute perfect fit. I know that Joe Hendry, is trying to lobby to get himself a match, but I think that would be, I can't see Cena not wanting to wrestle Joe Hendry.
Say his name and he appears.
I just can't see it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, 100%. And you start to see this stuff with AAA, especially this past week. You had so many WWE stars at that event participating in the matches. El Hijo de Vikingo is coming to WWE very soon. That 450 that he does is unreal, and
Yeah,
that
it's
needs to
crazy.
be showcased. That
You know
dude
what-
is a freak.
You know what else needs to come to WWE is Natty, not Natalia. Natty needs to come to WWE. She's doing some good work to like rebrand. In Bloodsport, she wrestled at Triple Mania as Natty, but then on Monday night we get Natalia.
Yeah. Well, someone brought up a good point earlier this week that Triple H isn't going to do anyone from the Hart family any favors. So I'm not banking on that. We've seen how Natalia has been booked over the past 5 years or so in the WWE. And I'm not hanging my hat on that one.
Fair enough. All right.
Yeah.
Haunted Horse wants us to make it's not a formal announcement, but I mean, I'll just put it out there. Adam and I will either be doing a once a week wrestling podcast on my channel, or we are going to create a separate entity, and we are looking to see whether that's going to start audio or audio and video, but we are going to put some work into making it a very good, legitimate wrestling podcast option. What do you think? Anything to add?
I love it. There's a ton of content out there, but personally, I think we have good rapport. I think we do some funny stuff. Like we do things in a different way. I'm not trying to sell anyone on this, but if you're listening or watching and you enjoy this segment, you understand that. I think we could bring something different to that arena, and I look forward to it, whatever direction it ends up going. And I'm excited for it because, yeah, we've always been under this umbrella, under the King's Court, and gosh, it's been I think just a little over 2 years that since this has started with us. And
Yep.
it for me, I'm an avid Kings fan. Loved Grant. I grew up, going to Kings games in 92, 93, all the way until I left Sacramento. But Grant and Jerry and G-Man were always a huge part of that. We would sit in traffic trying to leave the Arco Arena, and you would be listening to Grant and Jerry, and so when I moved back closer to Sacramento, and got to watch the Kings at a local level, and I moved to Texas and can't really find too much Kings content. That's when I kind of stumbled upon Grant's channel, and found that he was still doing shows, and so then you guys started doing pre-games, and I probably trolled the comment section quite a bit there initially, and then one day, you started doing your show, and I just decided to call in one day, and we started talking Kings, but then we started talking wrestling because you gave me some sort of inkling, or you talked about wrestling, and that
Well,
was
isn't it? It's kind of it's a casual dance, right? If you're an adult that enjoys wrestling, you've kind of got to. Haunted Horse is going to grab this. You got to beat around the bush. Like like dropping a seed here, dropping a seed there to see if like they react and they know what you're talking about. And then before you know, it's like, okay, we can talk. We're good. Like we've got that code that we're into it. I just love your freaking outfit today. So good.
Hey, you know, come on. We got to bring it to the
So,
last.
so freaking good.
Brother.
So, yeah, well, I'm looking forward to what we're going to do separately, and that will be forthcoming. We're putting our heads together as we speak, so we'll keep you updated on that. I can't thank you enough for doing Fridays. You work full time. You made time. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, someone
Having
in
me
here
out.
goes, you have to have a second job. And yes, I do have a very it is not a second job. It is a very full primary job, but I always have blocked off you know, after like a week or two of us talking wrestling on Fridays, you were like, "Hey, do you want to be the official WWE correspondent for the show?" And I was like, "Give me a hell yeah."
Give me a hell yeah.
And you know, I've always planned and dedicated my Friday afternoons, nights to being a part of this show because I love it. Like I have fun with this group. It is a great community, not just for Kings fans, but for anyone Sacramento sports, local, whatever. We have a good time here, and we got a lot of great people in this group, and it's just fun, man. Like you built a community, so I want you to be proud of that. You had a very safe job and a very successful gig before this. And you know, one of my favorite authors, Seth Godin, he said, being safe is risky, and you didn't play the safe route. You ditched the safe route to go risky with this. And yes, it took some time. It took devotion and dedication to this, but it's something you're passionate about. And just look at what it's turned into, man. You know, you guys did it. Like this was the goal, was to get back to where Grant started, back on the radio and all that, and you wanted to be a part of it and get your foot in the door, and being credentialed was like your number one goal, and you're now credentialed, dude. So you know, small targets get small results, and you didn't have one. You had a big target and you got big results there, but
I raised so much hell behind the scenes for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. I would not. So, but I thank you for that, dude. And yeah, it's the best community. That is the hardest thing for me. I love firing this thing up at 3:00 and seeing the names, seeing the chats, people calling. It's just like it's kind of like our King safe space. And to be quite honest, like it's different than a lot of the other stuff out there. You don't. When do I ever say, "Hey, drop a super chat if you want me to read your messages"? You know, like it's just. It's not what it's about, and what you get here is different than anything. I'm not saying me specifically. I'm talking if you don't like that. We have no constraints on us about how we talk about the Kings. When they deserve love, they get love. When they deserve some heat, we give them heat. And I think Sacramento has just been having too much of a purple tint thrown at them from every single direction when it comes to listening to content right now. And when it in the Kings. So yeah, appreciate you,
dude.
Brother.
Helicopter suite, perfect comment. Maybe throw that up there. Yeah, we, you know, I didn't know Ryan from a hole in the wall when we started, when I started calling in, but you know, now it's
that's the point.
You came out to Dallas to go watch WWE with me, man, and yeah, we have a friendship, you know, and it's so cool. So I don't know, man. Yes, I had an itch to scratch. I've grown up to be a radiophile my entire life, listening to talk radio on a certain AM station. that may or may not compete with you guys, but now we are on the mission to be the number one spot.
Yep.
And yeah, you know, I love this. I do love being behind the microphone and speaking, and you and Haunted Horse like really helped me out, kind of trying to get my feet off the ground with this stuff. But I scrapped all that because I enjoy this the most, and this is where I can dedicate my time and have fun doing something that I enjoy as a hobby outside of my other life. And it's just been awesome, man. Like, I appreciate you a ton. You gave me airspace. You know, it was 15 minutes, and then, you know, we've evolved it into an hour segment a lot of times.
Yep.
And it's awesome, man. We have a good rapport. I have fun with you, and I look forward to whatever the future holds.
Me as well, man. You have grown a lot on the mic. Your presence on camera is so good. Like, it keeps me on my toes. You are one of the few people in the community where I'm like, does my finger need to be in the dump button? Because you do it so strategically, and it keeps the audience on their toes too. So you, my friend, you've kind of found your niche, and you're doing it well. So
Thank
love
you.
you, bro.
Love you, man.
All right. We'll see you on the flip side when we launch our venture.
Okay. 2 marks.
Two marks. Does that mean we have to get matching tattoos?
Oh, I have 0 tattoos. My
You got
mother
0
told
tats.
me.
Yeah, that's what mine said until I started getting some. So, all right, brother. Be well.
All right.
Do the best.
Okay. Good luck.
Thank
hey,
you.
When that on-air sign hits, just roll with it. Do what you do. You got this, man. You guys got this, and you got a pro in Grant. I know he's going to be. You guys are gonna be ready to rock on September 2nd, man.
Grant could do a show with a broomstick, and the broomstick would get a job in radio. That's how good he is. So
100%.
All right, brother. Be well. Thank you. Adam Oos, telling you, appreciate the kind words from him. Paul, I could not, and also same thing, helicopter. Yeah, that's kind of what the point of this was. What I was trying to say is, you know, this is a community. I'm just one of you. I just happen to be behind the microphone. It's all about you guys. Thank you, Tristan. Very, very much, my man. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Maybe I'll save that when we all get together at Bennett's and get everybody a nice refreshment. $25, Tristan, could get me probably 3 or 4 drinks and an appetizer for all of you over at Bennett's American Cooking, fine cuts of seafood and steak here in the Sacramento area, Rockland, Roseville, Howe and Fair Oaks. Doesn't matter the day that ends with a Y. There's a special going on each and every one of them, whether it's the weekend brunch, 12 to 2 at all 3 locations, prime rib, happy hour, 7 days a week. Love Bennett's. They have been massively gracious to this channel, to this show. Brian, thank you. Always reaching out. Is there anything I can do? You're the man, Brian. I have so much respect for this man. And telling you, if you have not, it translates, you know, like how they say chefs. I mean this. Like, you can tell who a chef is by trying their signature dish or eating the language. That's how they communicate. Is you eating their food. When you eat Brian's food, you will immediately get it. It's about family. It's not about skimping out on the consumer. It's not about giving you small portion sizes for a profit. It is excellent food at more than a fair price, and gives you every avenue to get it at a discount. Even the Taste of Summer menu, which go try that before it's too late. Stay tuned. Something might be coming with them. So just make sure that you go to bennettsrestaurants.com, check out the reservations, check out the menus. You can put in your orders to go as well. And huge thanks, Brian, Margot, and all of you who've gone out to Bennett's. Most importantly, thank you for going out. When you do go out, let them know that you heard about them here on the channel. Bennett's, prime cuts, seafood, and steak. Man, I should do a Mount Rushmore of their dishes. Man, their stuff's good. I wasn't kidding, by the way. Their sips and tastes at happy hour, Tristan. Thank you very much. I'm going to save that. I'm going to save that for when we all get together, because it will happen. It will happen for sure. So, yeah, I wasn't going to bring that show up, but yeah, absolutely. All right, let's wrap it up. Again, this is not goodbye. It's just see you on the audio version on Monday. So Monday, probably say about, I like to get my content out early, but with my commitments this week, I'm going to say you will have a podcast on Monday through Friday, no later than 12. But once we get into the basketball season, those podcasts will be up before anybody hosts a show locally here in Sacramento. So you'll be getting our raw reaction right off the bat. Spotify, Apple, you can find them there. Just search the King's Court with Rhino. We'll get together once a week like a family on this forum still. And certainly bigger and better things coming for all of you, with Grant coming back to Sacramento, with just the launch of the station, improving this channel. Paul said it perfectly, and that is what I hope comes across from today. This was a group that I needed, and all of you were there, and you've been there for each other. And I'm glad that I was able to put a forum together where we could come together. So, again, if you would like to try to get into this, like Adam, don't hesitate to reach out. I'll do whatever I can to help you. I will always pay it forward, like Grant pays it forward to me and pays it forward to all of you. He'll do the same thing as well. So, all right, I'm looking forward to getting the Monday podcast out. I'll let you know when we're going to do our weekly show next week. Can't wait to see you all then. And thank you again. This has been a really, really fun and different show. And the best thing about it has been the community. So that's a thanks to you. I put all of you up. I take myself down. Can't wait for what is next. And very humbled for all of you that have taken the time to make it a point to be here. So thank you, Grant. Thank you, Horse, Adam. Thank you. Everybody who called in, everybody in the chat. Y'all are the King's Court family for life. We're not getting King's Court tattoos, but we're King's Court family for life. And just know, when you call the Grant Napier Show on September 2nd, you know who you're going to be talking to, and I know who I'm talking to. So the family drags right over to Fox Sports Sacramento starting September 2nd, Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 o'clock with Grant. Appreciate y'all. We'll see you next week here in person one time, but you'll hear from me next on Monday on the Podcast Avenue. Thank you, everybody. You are the absolute best. Go Kings. Light the beam. We are out.
Order in the court.
Feel good about yourself, Ryan. You're just a part of the King's Court.